All right, so here we are back again at the good old Shiyu defense. This is what I was talking about last time. Not last time, but a while ago. I kept saying something about Zenless for some reason. Like stuff refreshes in Zenless so often that it's like there's always something. It's like this week it's this, next week it's that. But yeah, this is like I thought there was more time before in between those, so I'm gonna go see. So this week we have Shiyu. In about a week we're gonna have another Deadly Assault reset. So where are we even? Oh, we're not top five, but we might get there. We'll see. Anyway, let's get in here and see what we're doing here. Physical. So up here, we're probably bringing. I'm kind of get to be challenged. Hmm. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Let's see. Attack, crit damage. So this one's physical. Enemy stun damage multiplier by 20. So we might just bring. What's her name? Um, I know where she is right here. Yesheng Wong. Right now, this is the team I'm going with. Obviously, Dylan's usually what you kind of want here instead. Um, but Dylan's kind of useful on other teams. Here, ether damage and anomaly. So we're probably just gonna run. We're here, Jane, Vivian, and Yuzuha, and we'll bring in Robin, which is pretty good. It sucks that it resets them as soon as we get there, but anomaly proficiency, agents restore 20 energy. Everybody gets 25% attack. Energy boost cooldown is 20 seconds, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Then down here, ether. What a weird set of. Okay, so this sheer damage increases by 20. Yeah, what a weird set of whatevers. So ice and ether. So what I might end up doing actually is let's go here. Let's put you here. You here, and then we need a stunner. So this one. Now, okay, so that doesn't work with her. What does she need? You need attack, support, or anomaly. So we need a support unit here. Support or anomaly. That's kind of annoying. Oh, actually, we might do this. So the reason why we'll do this, and then we'll bring in because these two do like she does a decent amount of damage, especially with the Aether damage buff. Obviously, her buffs aren't super useful because she gives out where is it? 1,000 attack, but she also gives out 40% damage buff plus. She does quite a bit of damage on her own. I'm not gonna say it's a huge amount, but she does. If you ask me, I think personally, she does enough damage to offset the loss of this 1,000% attack not really going anywhere. Because not 1,000%, I mean just 1,000 attack. Because first of all, she gives herself attack, plus she gives herself crit rate and all that stuff. So she does a decent amount of damage, and she's always got EX special or something up. Plus, I like running this weapon on her to give her more damage. But so not only this, but this also makes it so that Nicole's abilities help her out a little bit because without Zhao, she has 41 here, and then in combat she gets another like 30 something. So she's at about 75 ish at most. I think at most, yeah. I don't think she's higher than 75. She's at least 70, but I don't remember what when you add it out. But anyway, she's at least 70, 75 plus the extra 15% crit chance that this gives her, right? So plus this, and then on top of that, we get the defense shred. So Zhao gets a little bit of damage from defense shred, and then Yishuan gets a little bit of damage from Nicole's passive of more damage here, 25% ether damage bonus. Plus, it all just kind of works out together really well because first of all, we get the support set, plus we get the Astral Voice set, and then the buff from this, the fact that we can keep swapping this on and off. Zhao by herself has a hard time maintaining 3 Astral Voice stacks, but Zhao plus her is guaranteed. So she's getting 24% guaranteed from Astro Voice plus the other 18%. And again, I've said this before, but the attack percentage, the attack buff that she gives doesn't help rupture agents out a lot, but it helps out more than nothing, right? So again, not optimal, but it's better than nothing is the kind of copium, you know. But yeah, so this is kind of what we're going with here. Yeah, I think I like this team here. Now I'm still missing one merge on Boo Lion or Bee Lion to get him so that he can, because you need 2 Yunquei Summit units to activate his passive. But if you get 3 copies of him, you only need 1. So unfortunately, I don't have that 3rd copy yet. But I think so. The fact that we don't have her here means that Dial In is open here. So we're gonna put. Ideally, I like to keep Dial In with Yishuan because she's like the best stunner for Yishuan because she gives her 3 ults, which is ridiculous. But this works fine too. I guess the question is, what do I want to do first? Well, I think we'll go with this one first, just because attack, crit damage, stun damage multiplier increased by 20. What are we at? I mean, Yixing Wang caps it out at 210, so this 20% actually doesn't, do very much. But whatever. Yeah. So yeah, let's just do Yixing Wang because she's kind of the easiest. Her game plan is the same usually. Just go in there, get her ult state, and then just start spamming ult states. And whatever you do, as long as your what you do during ult state isn't as important as how many ult states you get. So with Yexing Wang, she's more of a strategic unit in the sense that you need to get as many ult states as possible, rather than how min maxed am I during my ult states, right? Again, your ult states being more efficient in your ult state will get you better times and stuff. However, again, you're kind of sweating a lot for small returns. Your biggest returns will be on just focusing to maintain the ult state. We're just gonna force an ult state out here. Again, the most important part is just that early wave. Here, it's just free points after this. You don't have to be so time stressed. Again, it's not a. This isn't accurate in the way I'm about to describe this, but that first wave, you can kind of imagine it as you're basically giving the boss more HP in a way. Not exactly right. But the boss has a certain amount of HP on their kit already. So, oh, I need to, there we go. The boss has a certain amount of HP, and there's only so many points you can pull out of that, right? I'm just gonna ult here. I messed up here. But whatever, it's fine. It's always funny when she says it's recovered, but it's just like a person. Here, it's a she. It's why do you keep saying it? I mean, actually, I don't know. Whatever this Jane Doe duplicate might be, it might not even be a person. It might just be an it, some kind of weird shadow creature. But it's just funny. She'll say it every time, and for some reason, I reflexively, I'm like, it's a person. Don't call him or her an it. But yeah, so clearly it wasn't too bad. Again, mainly just that first wave. I could have been more efficient on it. Just spam out. You really want to just get as many skills out there as possible in that first wave. But 40k isn't bad. It means we have 60k to make up to get the S plus rank. So we'll just keep an eye out. This team, Yexing Wang has her weapon, so it's a 1-2 Dial in doesn't have her weapon, so it's a 3-4 cost team. And I guess I should. I'm gonna try to start remembering to show builds. So let's do Yeshing Wang here. This is her build right now. I could use more attack, and I might try to find one less crit roll, but I kind of like it being at capped, because otherwise you're under 2%, or you're over by 0.06, and I'd rather be over by 0.06 than be like under. But I don't know. It might be better mathematically to be under. This is her skills. This is her gear. Not too bad. I got this yesterday. I wish it had attack percentage, but what are you gonna do? This isn't too bad either. This ideally, I'm like debating. I really would like this to be pen ratio, so I'd probably just run something like this, or not that, but maybe like this or this. No, not this. This. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, the difference is kind of minimal. Like I haven't found it there to be a lot of difference between the two. Plus, a lot of bosses ever since Yeshing Wang hit, her boss, another boss, and then another one. So it's like 3, I think, at this point. All have very low defense. So pen ratio does not give you good returns. Not terrible returns. But the point I'm just trying to make is that running pen ratio in this slot isn't super useful, just because there's already a bunch of bosses. Like the lower the defense they have, the worse pen ratio does for you. So just keep that in mind. My Zhao build, I actually like Zhao. I don't know how people feel about Zhao, but I personally, I really enjoy her on no matter what team I'm running her on. She's just a lot of fun. Obviously, she distracts a lot from like your skills and stuff, because she takes a lot of time on field throwing. I didn't even use Zhao here. I don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, for later, this is her build. I dropped a little bit. I can bring this up to 99 crit rate with this, something like that. But I dropped it just because this piece is a lot better. As you can see, this piece is better than this piece. So I'd rather a little bit more damage coming out of this piece than a little bit more impact, right? Because once you have high impact, you kind of start wanting to focus on different damage sources and all that stuff. So the fact that Hellfire Gears kind of covers a lot of that stun capacity anyway means I'm kind of overstacking on a lot of impact here, basically. Is it impact or days that she gives herself? She gives herself impact. Okay, so yeah, she kind of overstacks on impact. Yeah, that's her build. Just have her do as much damage as possible. I just got really lucky with a lot of +3 crit rate pieces. This is a +4. And then finally, this. So, and then lastly, we had Senna. Senna, I'm missing a little bit of attack percentage, because normally I could just go with like a 2-piece, like a 2-piece Astral Voice set here just to get the extra whatever. But I'd rather her have more energy and just spam out more Aether Veils, or Ether Veils for Yeshing Wang, but whatever. There's really no difference. If you want my opinion, a lot of people are saying run max energy regen, and it's okay to lose some of the attack buff here, because you have to hit 35 to get a max attack buff. I'm not disagreeing with them. Clearly, that's what I'm doing, but that's just because I can afford it, because I have such like decent pieces. But the point I want to make is that like this piece sucks. Like the +2s isn't too bad, but +3, like this one's actually kind of terrible. Even if I replace this with a +3 though, let me see if I can find a +3 here somewhere. Like a +3. Let's pretend I have a +3 here. Even with this, I'm barely not hitting that. So I'll have to. It'll take a while before I can replace this piece. Who has better attack? This one or this one? This one does, right? Anyway, but yeah, I think probably just making sure she hits 35 isn't too bad. If you're losing 20% energy regen, I don't think that's a big deal. I don't really notice the difference, like in terms of like whatever. But I guess I mean ultimately, I think mathematically, the attack percentage, the energy regen is probably better because you do get more Aether Veils out more. But I don't really think it's that big a deal. Especially with Yeshing Wang, you're already like you get way too many transform states with her. So let's go over here. So now we're looking at this one, Aether damage, anomaly. So this is perfect for obviously it's perfect for Arya, but Vivian does a decent amount, and so does obviously Jane. I've talked about this before, but this is my Jane build. You just want to hit 422 proficiency. After that, everything else is whatever. So just go whatever. These are her skills. You don't really need to. So I'm running her on attack disc 6 because first of all, she gains a lot of build-up rate. So she gains 20 from here and then another 15. So that's 35. Eventually, I'd like to get her to M2, and M1 gives her another 15%. And then the little shop that we got where you can buy more of her weapons means that eventually this anomaly buildup rate bonus down here is going to hit 80%. I already have one from that shop that you see. So I got a 10% boost here. And then on top of that, that's also not including the other 10% or 15% I got from this. All squad members gain 15% damage bonus and another 15% anomaly buildup rate. So basically, my Jane already has. I think she's already she's. If I were running anomaly mastery here, she would be running up against that barrier of like getting too many assaults off. Like for those of you who don't know, obviously assault has an internal cooldown, so the more like as you build up an assault and it pops, and then you get the next one, you have to wait until the cooldown goes off to pop the next one. So you don't want to be spending time building up anomaly and then having that meter just full the entire time. So if you're rubbing up against that, swap it over to attack, and that's like Jane Doe is eventually going to get in that she's going in that direction even worse, right? Because again, eventually I'm going to get another 30% buildup from here, and eventually I'm going to get another 15% buildup from here, right? So right now it's just future proofing. Again, even where I'm at now currently, I'm thinking in the future, but even where I am now currently, I think anomaly mastery will probably still be better here than running attack percentage, but I'm just, I'm kind of lazy and I just want to have my future build already done now. So right now she's ready. All I got to do is pull for another copy of her, and all I got to do is just wait and get more copies of this, right? So that's kind of my mentality there. These are her pieces. Again, there's pieces you want to focus on getting attack over anomaly proficiency. Once you hit 420, you kind of have diminishing returns on anomaly proficiency, so just focus on attack after that. So this is about as minimum as you can get. So 420 plus everything else is just straight into attack. And then I went with pen ratio because everything else is saturated. So I could either go 2-piece attack set, but I'm already getting attack from this, plus Yuzuha gives out 1200 attack. And all my pieces have pretty decent attack substats as well. So attack was getting saturated. I could go with a 2-piece. Why can't I find any now that I'm looking for them? 2-piece winter white water ballad, because another physical damage bonus. But again, the issue is you're running up against saturation. Which is why I'm not running physical damage here, because you're saturating the physical damage bonus. Because first of all, this piece already comes with 10%. Another 35%, which I don't think counts as physical damage bonus. I think it's just general damage bonus, but whatever. So there's another 30% here, plus her weapon. Again, we've talked about this. Once you max this weapon out, this weapon gives you 75% physical damage bonus, right? So you're kind of saturating that like crazy. Right now, I'm only getting 45, but that's even more than I was getting before, which before was 36, and even that was already kind of pushing up against saturation. So you have to find some other way to funnel your damage. And obviously, pen ratio is really the only other avenue she has available to her, so that's kind of why I'm doing that. Vivian, there's not a whole lot to explain. You just build her like any other unit. Anomaly proficiency plus anomaly mastery, just as much as you can on both. I don't have her weapon. I really don't care enough to get her weapon, and this gives her like almost 200 anomaly proficiency, so it's pretty ridiculous. Again, for those of you who saw, I have 2 copies of Yuzuha. This one gives her more energy, so she starts off with an EX special 2 trigger. Their attribute resistance is reduced by 10%, which I'm assuming. First of all, it makes your assault procs more damage, but I think it also makes you apply anomaly easier. I'm not entirely sure. And then it boosts her 2 buffs, her anomaly damage plus disorder damage buff. And then over here we're looking at basically this is the main thing I wanted was she gives out a chain attack, which on every other unit is like it's okay, it's decent, but on Jane Doe specifically, the chain attack means you start every single fight with passion state fully maxed out, right? So, and then it helps you just maintain it the entire fight. You basically never lose passion state because you can always refresh it every 20 seconds. And this is her build. Nothing special. Just you just want to hit her attack threshold, which is 3,000 attack, and then as much anomaly mastery as you can possibly get to max out her her core skill buffs. So yeah, and then Robin, obviously 5-star. I have a max ranked. Well, that was fast. It was faster than I was expecting. It was kind of surprising, actually. And we don't have a, yeah, we didn't have a passion state available there. I had just said, you basically don't lose passion state, and I'm like fumbling around here looking for passion state. This will give us a chain attack, I think. Which we didn't really need because Jane Doe's passion state is still full, but you know, whatever. That's kind of what happens with the new whatever, the new Yuzuha. You get kind of overconfident because you have so many passion states basically in the bag. So just be aware. Try not to get too lazy.
No escape. The final act begins now.
Oh my gosh, I'm terrible at that. I'm just gonna ult him. You really want to focus on... So if you look up there on the top right hand corner, you can see the buff that Yuzuha provides, which is the red one with the thing in the middle. I'm like trying to talk and do this at the same time. It's not good. The meter that runs out with the little red thing in the middle, that's Yuzuha's buff. So when that hits about halfway, that's when you want to use Yuzuha's abilities. Oh, I thought it was about halfway, but I guess I got it wrong. But yeah, that's around when you see it about halfway full. That's when you want to switch over to Yuzuha to get another chain attack. So as soon as you see that about halfway, that's when Yuzuha's, because Yuzuha's buffs last about 40 seconds. So hitting another refreshing it gets you, because her buffs last 40 seconds, but the chain attack has a 20-second cooldown. So about halfway is when you want to do it. Funnily enough, even though Vivian has all the buffs, the Aether damage buff and all that other stuff, Jane Doe still outpaced her, which I find kind of interesting. And this is an interesting stat here. This means you basically want to make sure that this is always as high as possible on Jane. So if you want to grade your performance, the higher this number is, the better. And obviously that makes sense, but the point I'm trying to make is you want to maximize this while minimizing this, because this right here, I'm pretty sure includes, because it's hard to explain, but Yuzuha does off-field attacks. Her off-field attacks, her candy shots or whatever, build up anomaly that don't attribute to her, because her anomaly proficiency is really low. So when she stacks up anomaly normally, it makes your assault procs smaller, but her off-field attacks contribute anomaly buildup, but they pretend as if Jane is building it up. But every time you EX special and ultimate, I'm pretty sure it just adds on her anomaly, whatever, like she's building it. So anyway, the point is you just want to minimize that as much as possible. Yeah, so this one was a little sloppy. Like that first boss we beat, I thought it was like, that was it, but it was two back to back. So we'll have to go back and like do that one a little better. And then down here, again, we tried this last time, so I'm probably going to do, well, we didn't try it, but I'm going to go with this, and this. Basically, anything not to run the panda. Like, I'll do anything it takes to not run the panda. Additionally, like I said, the Aether Veil buffs. So we get ice damage, which she's ice, so that's good. We get Aether damage, which is good. The Aether Veil gives her crit damage, and her crit damage, and it only gives her sheer damage. But again, so the Aether Veil, this giving her sheer damage makes up for the fact that she gives out 1,000 attacks. So either way, it ends up being pretty good. Let's just get in there and here's the builds. 58 crit rate plus her set gives her 12%, so 60, 70 crit rate, and then her weapon gives her 20, so it's 90 crit rate, and then she gives out 15, so I'm at 100% crit rate. I'm overcapping, but I don't always run her with Nicole, so I prefer to keep it like this. I'm going over by 5, but I'm not going to change her build to go drop her a little more crit rate. And then this is her build. I think I already showed these off, obviously, but I really like the set that she has on right now. Just nothing but crit rate and HP. This one could be a little better. I'd prefer that that pen be an HP just to max out, because as it is now, I don't actually have her full buff. I think the way she is now, she's at this buff here. The way with my HP the way it is, I'm only reaching 35%. But I don't mind that. I'm okay giving up that 5% for her to do a little more damage. But I'd like to max it out. So I could use more HP here, obviously, and some more here and all that stuff. So, but the way it is now, I really like the way all this set turned out. Like +3 crit damage, all this stuff. So, yeah. And then obviously Nicole has been here for a while, so we see her set all the time. And then that's that. So
Nothing to fear. I can help you ward off misfortune.
Let's
and
get in there.
disaster.
like I said, I just like running Zhao. She's always a lot of fun to use. There's never a boring moment when you have Zhao on your team.
To the side. An opening. Let's make this quick. Step back. Let me handle this.
I really do wish, I really want to find some way to give, what's her name, Nicole, more energy.
Allow me. You asked for it. Spirit and form. Cycle of yin and yang.
Hopefully I can kill all these guys with one. Okay. I'm just gonna ult while she's doing that.
Inadequate.
Oh, that orb missed.
An opening. Let's make this quick. Insignificant grapple. What a nuisance. Obliterate form and spirit.
I'm waiting for the stun, but I realized that we don't have any stunner, so it's gonna take a while. We're just gonna hit him with the ult.
Allow me.
I'm just gonna hit him with the ult to shred the thing a little faster. Oh, I knew this was gonna happen.
The pleasure's all yours. Yin and yang.
I'm just gonna hit him with this ult. Again, this probably isn't worth using, like wasting the time to use her ult animation, but we don't have an ult with each one anyway, so. Again, the timer isn't really that big a deal here when you're doing the major boss fight. The timer is really important when you're doing the first set. Oh, I missed that.
Allow me. Inadequate.
I'm gonna hit him with this ult.
An opening.
This.
Strength and finesse. Reality and illusion. Obliterate form and spirit. At the
So fortunately, like I said, I'm pretty sure we keep all the stacks from Astro Voice on that team, which is really good. Let's go see how much damage everyone did. Obviously, Yishuan is gonna like overshadow everyone's damage, but these two didn't do too bad. It is interesting to think that Zhao did about as much damage as Nicole. But yeah, so I think ultimately, I mean, you guys already know. I'm not, what's the word like? It's obvious that adding a stunner to this team would probably be better. So whatever. But like as soon as I get Lucia would be nice to have Aether Veil. But yeah, I think adding a stunner would probably just smooth this out a little bit. But I kind of just like this team a little bit more. Honestly, I might just do one more run. Again, we got the 100, but I'm curious to see. Let's reset this room and see what we can do with a. This team, honestly, going Yishuan plus Pan Yinhe plus her might even be even better, but I don't think that's gonna work. I think Dial In probably wouldn't be too bad. I kind of like running this team a lot. It's hard to though because both of these go forward, so he goes into her and then she goes into him. So there's really no good solution here. But regardless, like I said, we got the point. So I'll mess with this later on and see where we get up to with that. But yeah, for this week, that's it. Nothing too out of the ordinary.